feeling of being watched and followed seems to have disappeared overnight. I'm no longer paranoid. That's great. Sure. Let's send another letter to King Gavril. Not responded. Oh well. King Gavril still resists my attempts to establish a solid relationship between us. It is quite infuriating. I wonder what I could do to make him come to his senses faster. Okay, we'll send a letter as we did before. My attempt to solicit a clear response from King Gavril was not well received. It appears I'm too loud and direct for King Gavril's tastes. Bah! Nonsense. Okay. Hello. Is that... No, that's the Slavonian revolt. Can I move you yet? Okay, cool. On a break from working on my book, I have been sitting for hours in the courtyard watching knights ride at the quintain. I am certain that I am about to grasp some kind of insight from the repeated motions, yet my head is only filled with the pounding of horses' hooves. Suddenly, the flicker of torches makes me realize night has fallen. I could do this all night. Perhaps I should. 80% chance of making better work, but developing a cold. Okay. Did I develop a cold? We'll find out. Oh yeah? Someone decided to attack into that particular death stack? That was a little crazy. And again, we're attacking into the mountains. Hear about that. We're at least positive on this war for the first time in a long while. Okay, yes. Why don't we have Link and Cecilia get married? Turned out pretty well, actually. Cecilia Carling. Beautiful. Married. Some kids somewhere down the line. Let's see, this bloodline of the Carlings. It flows patrilineally only. Okay. So only through the father. Does flow to all children, but because the wife here is not it won't pass on from her to her kids. That's what I'm trying to say. However that works. Imprison Bishop Vasily, huh? Yeah, he was abusing his office. He has cancer. I'm not going to worry about that. He'll probably not last too much longer, I'm afraid. Not much treatment for cancer in the Middle Ages. Not even to the Middle Ages. We're in the Dark Ages. Even less treatment here. Bandits have raided the siege camps. I don't care. Relieved the prince of his duties as commander, eh? Interesting. What can I possibly do to endear King Gavril to me? I'm not particularly experienced in making people like me. It can't be that hard. Isn't there a bard? Mocking him and Sophia. Send him the head? Hoping that'll sway up to your cause? I know anything about my history. That's not a good idea. Teach him how to deal with his enemies. Write a long list of suggestions explaining all the many terrifying ways a good chief deters treason from his subjects. Okay, well, this is better. Historically speaking, though, when Pompey the Great went to Egypt looking for refuge in the Wars of the Triumvirate, the king of Egypt at the time, Cleopatra's little brother, decided that he'd try to curry favor with Rome by cutting off his head and presenting it proudly to to Augustus Caesar, then known as Octavian, when he appeared at the shores of Alexandria. Augustus shows up, and he's presented with the head of Pompey, who was his co-ruler, and Augustus weeps. This was a time that he did not want this to happen. It led to major problems, actually led to Egypt losing its independence, whatever independence it had, and becoming fully a client state of Rome. So yeah, cutting off heads for people without them directly asking you, not a good deal in diplomacy. So we're going to write a letter. Our letters have been doing terribly. King Gavril seems to have completely missed the point of my present. For whatever absurd reason, he thinks that its purpose was to scare him. Why would I ever do that? We're going to stop trying to sway you. That's not been going well. Sarah, you need to have some last touch-up education here. Ambitious, affectionate, conscientious, you're an idolizer. Ooh, that's some great stats. We're going to send you to stewardship education. You'll get a Midas touch here and help people in that way. King does owe me a favor. I really want you to have some extra traits so I can know what I'm doing here. Who is the heir of the kingdom? Current heir is Bogoris. He's 14 years old. Another brother. Chest pains. I have much to commend you, either of you. Ask liege for title. And that's not happening. If we were at peace, I could go on a hunt. Actually, I'm still in this war, aren't I? Right, we got 400 troops. We're winning now. Let's send them up to help out. Probably into Isura. Marshall has died. He's incapacitated one way or another. Okay, Bernadine. It is your time to shine. Be a marshal. Train some troops up. Do it. I'm amazed that this spy master, who's been there since the very beginning, is still here. We need a new commander. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, not really seeing anyone here. Let's see if we can invite a good commander in someplace here. Go. Maybe my Aphysite, but probably won't like working for us then, eh? A Roth theologian? Okay, sure, come to my court. A prominent subject has petitioned me for justice. His daughter had supposedly been beaten by Marshal Bernadine when he was their guest, and the father is requesting compensation. I could imprison him. Chance of gaining... Oh, okay. Fine him. Prison him. Well, he's definitely the best marshal we've had for a while. We're going to do a fine. Hope we don't gain arbitrary. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I accept your gracious invitation. Oh yes, this is the one that we wanted as a commander. I mean, you're what? 51? You're older than I am, but okay. Fine. Here, you take control of my armies. Oh. Follow this guy. Get caught out. Blessings upon you and your house. We propose that Dominic and my daughter get married. Okay, sure. Yes, they were betrothed. Yes, absolutely. Go. And we still are in an alliance, right? Yeah. All the more reason to. Go over here, though. That's the Ragusans. Okay, I'm not as concerned about them. Man, the Hungarian flag and the Ragusan flag, other than the Ragusan flag being a republic, look very similar. All red and white stripes over here. I can ask for a title. I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe after this battle is over. By battle, I mean. Go. How is our military doing? We're getting some of our reserve units. Siege, that's good. We definitely need to think about improving here. We could gain light infantry archers. That would be very helpful. I still think the keep is the way to go, though. We need that extra percentage boost if we can manage it. So when we get to 300. Alexandria is now known as the Unlucky. Poor thing. I don't know what she did, but she got hurt. The Bulgarian Holy War for Temis is won. King Gavril of Bulgaria won. Cool. Gonna unlink. Link. Disband, because we're not involved in this other war. Right now you hold them. Yes, now is a good time to ask for a title. Still putting me off. Okay. Levies all stand down, go home. Good. Now, I can't hunt because I'm still technically in a war. How old are you? 42. I'm 40. You're just a little bit older. Elisaveta is conscientious. That's good enough for me. Let's arrange a betrothal between her and my 4-year-old. Get him on. Use the favor to get them betrothed. Hey, King, you know how you said you owed me a favor? Well, could you possibly have your daughter marry my son? That would be great. I'd love it very much if we could arrange that. Thank you. Goodbye. Oof. Going well. King inherited the Duchy of Bessarabia. Here. Okay. Bulgaria is doing a pretty good job here. I mean, it lost all of Hungary before, so I guess it's kind of reclaiming previous lands, but still. The Count of Baku has died, and... Okay. Ooh. Yakov of Bulgarian Revolt has declared Yakov of Bulgarian Revolt's war for Bulgaria on the king. Alright. Now I'm being made marshal. Ragusan Bulgarian war for the city of Spinareza has ended because there's a new war in town. And I am now marshal, showing my loyalty here. Cecilia, my daughter-in-law, might fancy me? No. Keep. Okay, well, this war has ended over here, so perhaps it's time for my counselor to come back. If you can fabricate claims to get on niche. I need a court physician. Okay, well, let's do this through the event. Sent messengers and scouts out in all directions to scour the realm for skilled physicians that would be willing to take up residence in your court. Word should reach you shortly if they manage to find a suitable candidate. Hopefully they will not bring back a quacksalver. Quacksalver. That's a great word. Hope I don't have to wait too long. Word has reached you of a much beloved old woman named Christina that resides in a nearby village. The old woman spends her days freely helping the villagers with various medical matters, such as concocting herbal remedies and amputating infected limbs. She agrees to take up residence at your court if you donate a large sum of gold to the village. Well, that's awfully kind of you, Christina. Celibate, quick, renowned physician. You seem great. And a large sum of gold is 10. Okay, here, have 10 gold. And here, have a wonderful physician for the court. fact, I'm going to give you an honorary title of High Almoner as well. Because I like you. You seem like a great person. Can I make you court tutor? Probably. No. I can only have you resign. Do you have any content people here, or people that can help with contentment? Alright, well, let's have Andronica's help. Maybe we can convert to being Greek if enough people are tutored by a Greek tutor. Rumors of a traitor working with the besiegers, blah blah blah. Useful in some circumstances, but not. Recruitment drive. That's good. It's the troops. You're in revolt, and man, you're back over the county of Temes again. This is crazy. During a particularly heated argument in the council, Mayor Marco stepped in as you were about to make a fool out of yourself. He was able to argue for your point, not only saving your face, but saving your face? Okay, saving you face, but also winning the argument for you. It's obvious that Marco's smooth-talking was the sole reason for your success, and denying that fact would likely paint you in a bad light. Thank you. I truly owe you in return. Why in the world would I... That's crazy. I owe you. Here, have a favor. An outbreak of the disease... Yeah. Is that Venice? It is. All right, Venice is reaching out onto the Balkan coast here. Oh no, we're under siege. Stop it, revolt. Siege us out. I mean, just because I'm actively fighting against you. This is not good. Vendors. And we are... We've been besieged. Okay, German. Let's have you be a man of learning, an idolizer. Zealous, erudite. I don't like this. On to conscientious. Let's see what happens. Yes, I realize our holding is under... Can't do much about it. My liege, I write to you with bad news from Sofia. My efforts to squeeze some extra taxes out of the population have met with resistance. The peasants are arming themselves. Fear we might have a revolt on our hands here soon. Humble steward, Link. So normally you are my son, but now you are steward. I see how it is. Your spy master has sent you a gift. It's a small puppy, but of the finest pedigree, destined to grow into a great hunting dog. Accept, send it back, pay someone. No, we're going to accept the gift. Because diplomacy and health. Choose the name. Faithful, Hunter, Tricky. So, in the ancient world, there were actually a list of names that could have been provided to dogs. We found I don't remember who it was that was telling me about this, but they found a list of possible names because Greek writers tended to be very thorough in writing all of this down. And the names translated, and they were wonderful. They were things like lightning and... that's the only one I can remember off the top of my head. But the idea of naming dogs has always been around and goes back a long way, making things even better. Always fun. Okay, new puppy has no name. What shall we call it? Faithful, hunter, or tricky? Well, let's go with faithful. You are a cynic, right? You told me that's not me. It's like, huh? Scarred, shy, cruel, temperate, wroth, brave, stressed. Oh, okay, let's go with hunter. That seems to make sense.